Okay, so you want to know how to pursue your ADA disability claims. Let's start at the beginning. The ADA says you are disabled if you have a physical or mental impairment that substantially limits a major life activity, like walking or standing. Many people involved in ADA enforcement have issues with their feet, legs, or back that substantially affects their mobility. If your disability is transient, meaning your physical symptoms come and go, you can still be considered disabled under the ADA. Many people over 50 are also likely to have back issues, including arthritis, that interfere with their walking. You do not need to be in a wheelchair to be considered disabled under the ADA. If you have problems walking or standing, you probably have already been a victim of unlawful discrimination by businesses you patronized in the past. Discrimination based on disability is a violation of your civil rights, and it takes place when a business has architectural barriers that interfere with a disabled person's ability to patronize their business. An architectural barrier is a feature that prevents or impedes access to a disabled person, such as a narrow doorway or an inaccessible route to the entrance. A barrier to access can also be the result of a lack of handicapped features, such as handicapped parking, accessible ramps, or a handicapped accessible restroom. It is unlawful for a business to tell you, in effect, that everyone is allowed to use their facilities except you. But this happens across the country every day. That's discrimination, and it's illegal. And it's a civil rights violation for which you can take action and receive compensation. People who've been denied handicapped accessible services this way often settle their claims for up to $15,000 or more. Here's an example of a common ADA violation that will affect the ability of a disabled person to access a business. We're looking at some illegal ramps. This type of ramp can be very dangerous, yet they are very common across the country and are absolutely illegal according to the ADA. Handicapped seating is required at almost all businesses serving food. You will not have to pay your attorney money up front because they will be working with you on a contingency basis. That means they get paid from your settlements. You and your attorney can work together to get your case resolved quickly and equitably. Once your case is favorably resolved, your attorney can forward your settlement check to you. All your settlement agreements should include a written promise from the business to correct the ADA violations that you encountered. You can have your own written agreement with your attorney that spells out the details of your agreement with him or her. Your attorney can negotiate your claims with the businesses on your behalf. If they cannot achieve a reasonable settlement, then you and your attorney can decide whether you want to file a lawsuit against the business. Businesses want to settle your claim with you because if you file a lawsuit against them, that's bad for the business because if they lose the lawsuit, they will almost certainly have to pay for your attorney's fees in addition to their own attorney's fees as well as any other court costs. In most of the lawsuits we've seen, the business owner does not prevail because they know they are at fault. Plus, lawsuits can be very time-consuming and are also bad for the business's reputation. It is usually in everyone's best interest to settle your case. Since many businesses in the U.S. are violating the ADA in some substantial way, you're probably going to be dealing with several claims at once. Here's a small example of some people who've been filing ADA lawsuits for years. This list is from an online database, but it's only a fraction of the people who are being financially compensated for pursuing their ADA claims. One of the reasons you see the same names here repeatedly is because of all the businesses violating the ADA today. As you can see, even though the ADA has been in force for over 30 years, many businesses simply do not provide for handicapped access. Enforcing this law is a legal right that is given to those with disabilities. So, protect your civil rights and help provide accessibility for others as well.